You're this perp back with another episode of the Horror Never Dies podcast. This is episode 7, the $1 billion horror movie. And I know, sorry for the delay. Got some people in the back. I'm gonna bring them in. What up, Q?
What up, though? How you doing?
What up, Rashad?
Yo, what's up, big dog? You,
Chilling,
What up?
chilling.
my man.
What up, though?
Shit,
Yeah,
same shit, different toilet, man. Can't call it.
It's officially Perptober, October, spooky season. We're in it. There's so much content that dropped just in this weekend. I want to go over that before we get into the nitty gritty of things. But to catch up with y'all, how y'all been? You know what I'm saying? Q.
Shoot, yeah, I just been super busy at work. This is my month too, October, horror month. I haven't been able to get around to making some content, but yeah, I'm gonna get some in. You know what I'm saying, before this month is over. So other than that, I'm just chilling.
All right,
Busy.
Rashad.
Yeah, I'm good, man. Yeah, month of October is one of my favorites. I feel like I need to take a couple of days off from horror movies, though, man. I need a
Nah, there's no such thing. There's no such thing as a day off.
I need
When you're a horror fan, that's just like it's ongoing. It's all year round. Never
Bro,
stops.
I think I need like a spiritual cleansing, man. 'Cause I've been watching all these damn possession movies and shit.
Oh yeah, I got one.
Did you
up. There you go.
did you get around to watching When Evil Lurks?
Yeah, matter of fact, I actually took a break from work today to go see that real quick, and then went back to work, for a few hours thinking about the shit. And I'm like, what the fuck am I doing to my brain? All this possession movies.
That is literally like I can't stop thinking about it. It's literally my favorite horror movie of the year, bro. Like that's how you do a possession movie.
That shit was fucking bananas, man. Like, I mean, foreign horror movies go places that American horror movies do not go. You know what I'm saying? Like the shit that they did in that movie, a major studio horror film would never take those type of chances, man. Ever.
Yeah, Q. You need to see When Evil Lurks if it's playing in the theater. If it's not, it's gonna be on Shudder on like the 27th. I'm telling you, like,
hell yeah.
It like Terrifier 2 was the most brutalist horror movie for last year, but this year it's definitely When Evil Lurks, man. That it's a foreign film too, so it's like there's definitely subtitles, but it never is. It always keeps you engaged. You never know what's gonna happen, bro. You never know what's gonna fucking happen. And this, like Rashad said, the shit they do in that movie.
Yeah.
Because I was like, comparing it to Terrifier. Damn, I gotta see it now.
Yeah, it goes there. It goes hard.
It's wild, bro. Like I even had a moment in the theater where I was kind of embarrassed because I'm not without even saying I know you know what I'm talking about. It was one particular thing that happens, and I said, "What the fuck?" I yelled it out loud.
My jaw was to the ground, bro. That one scene, I was like, "Holy fuck!" They really just did that.
Yeah.
And they keep going with that. I was like, man. Yeah, there's like think of just all the worst case scenarios that would happen in these types of movies, and just I can't recommend it enough. But like these are the main like horror stuff that I checked out this week was Chucky season 3. I don't know if everybody checked out the first episode.
Not yet. My son's a huge Chucky fan. I've been dying to watch it with him. I just haven't got around to it. I'm gonna watch it probably this weekend though, for sure. Yeah, I like both seasons of the show. It's dope.
Yeah, it seems like the tone is a little bit different. I don't know if it's gonna stay this way, but it's a really strong start so far. Rashad, did you check this out at all?
Not yet. Is the whole season streaming right now, or just like the first 2 episodes or whatever?
It's just one. It's episode by episode. Yeah.
I haven't watched it yet, but I'm gonna get on it too.
Sure. Yeah. Then VHS 85, which I see this.
Hell no.
I see this being a little bit. I see this being another mixed entry with the series, but I liked it compared to the last two.
Man, that 99 was straight trash ass, bro. That shit was ass. Some good idea concept. That Truth or Dare was kind of a good idea, but the execution of that, and I think they had a succubus one. It was just. Oh man,
is that the one that dropped last year?
Yeah.
Somebody,
I think we're talking about this. We were talking about like the Double Dare idea was good, and it was, I don't know, it just wasn't. That's my least favorite one. The one before
somebody was giving me a hard time because I messed up the order. I was like, I thought 94 came out last year. It don't really fucking matter, bro. It's like,
yeah. I remember 94.
Like,
that had that scary ass one in the mortuary. That shit was terrifying, bro. Because I don't even like
94
to deal with it. And then this dead body coming, like I guess kind of spoiling it with his face all messed up. He had a closed casket, and then they shot it like found footage style. That shit was scary as hell. I like that one.
This 85 is okay. Like I like the aesthetics. They got like Scott Derrickson's in there. They got some more notable names in there. It's definitely going to be kind of mixed with some people, just like all the other entries have been. I don't think they've really been able to capture like that first VHS kind of magic, which is it's understandable. But I still like the idea that they're just kind of putting this out and just letting creators create and doing all these different unique types of stories and whatnot.
I mean, and they come out every year.
Like every year.
Yeah, I think they come out about every year. Yeah, for the last couple years. Yeah.
I mean, biggest compliment I can give is the posters are cool. That's about it. And other than that, I care less about the motherfuckers.
It'd be like that too. It'd be like that. Yeah.
I feel you. Yeah, they got a couple good stories. Like you got me in anthologies. I give them always a try because I went in love with the Creepshow show on Shudder. I thought they kind of, I'm a huge fan of the original Creepshow.
Yeah, that's really hit or miss sometimes.
Yeah, it's like hit or miss though. You know what I'm saying? But that's usually how anthologies go. Horror anthologies,
right?
Hit or miss. Yeah.
Speaking of Creepshow, that season 4 comes out next weekend. Starts next weekend.
So a Creepshow? Yeah, I'm gonna give it a shot.
Yeah, I think they're putting out the first 6 episodes, and then the rest is gonna be like weekly or something like that.
Yeah, they got real cheap on some of them because I remember it's supposed to be these werewolves, these Nazi werewolves, and they end up cheaping out, not showing them werewolves and drawing like comic pictures of what's happening. I'm like, what is going on right now? You know what I'm saying? Like, and they were stills too. They weren't like animated. I was like, really? Y'all can spend the budget, you know what I'm saying? Get a werewolf, at least one. Like, all right.
Nazi werewolf. So that's a bite off American Werewolf in London, right?
Yeah, sort of. Yeah, sort of. Yeah. But they were scary. Remember they bust up in the crib and shit with
that was crazy.
Right.
With the heaters.
That shit was crazy.
I was like, the fuck is going on, son?
Hey, that's the GOAT. That's the GOAT of werewolf movies, man. Nothing's ever gonna top that.
I think American is the GOAT of werewolf movie still. Yeah. And it's kind of a comedy horror movie. Yeah.
Speaking of comedy horrors, we got a really interesting drop from Amazon with Totally Killer, and this was a really, really dope. I already watched it twice already.
I'm watching
it is essentially how people are going to pitch it to you. It's going to be Back to the Future meets Scream meets Mean Girls. Like it's really dope how like they make this time traveling slasher. And I already made my predictions on if they did a sequel, where this could possibly go. This could possibly be another like Happy Death Day for them.
That's what I was about to say. Yeah, I like that one.
Because a lot of people said like this might take place in the same universe and stuff like that, and so. Yeah, that was a really good one.
Well, I'm sold. Like you said, Back to the Future meets Scream, man. Like I'm sold on that, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. There's a lot of different like kind of horror references and pop culture references throughout the movie, and it's just funny as fuck too. It's the humor is pretty enjoyable. It's not like cringe because you'll have the '80s kind of humor and dialogue clashing with like a Gen Z's kind of like seeing everything from a Gen Z's kid perspective and stuff like that. So it's really funny like how they kind of mesh the two together. It has a really solid cast too.
For you, Perp. Which one? Happy Death Day or Freaky Friday with Vince Vaughn and that one girl?
I gotta watch those movies. I haven't seen Happy Death Day because I just heard a lot of good things, like a lot of people bringing up. So I was like, I gotta get around to watching that.
Nice, yeah. The first one's a lot of fun. Yeah, a whole lot of fun. Yeah.
And Freaky, I gotta watch that too.
Cool.
Sweet.
But the most controversial, divisive horror movie to drop this weekend was The Exorcist Believer. Did everybody get a chance to see it?
Dog,
I didn't get a chance. I've been working, man. I've been missing. I miss Saw. I miss Exorcist. So I didn't get a chance to see it. And I wanted to see this movie, but then the word of mouth started coming. I was like, ooh, I don't know if I want to go spend that money. You know what I'm saying?
For me, it's not terrible, but it's nothing groundbreaking at the same time. And I like
that's what I keep hearing.
And it's like it's a really well made film. Like David Gordon Green really knows what he's doing behind the camera. It's just like the writing of these movies. But I give it the benefit of the doubt because it's one of a trilogy. So I want to see how the rest of the trilogy plays out because I think people's biggest issue with this movie is it does try to retread similar grounds from like the original, but the difference is that there's two girls that you're dealing with, and the trailer showed a lot. That's another thing I think kind of rubbing people the wrong way because they showed a lot of like if you watch that trailer or the final trailer, you can kind of piece everything kind of together what's going to happen, which is unfortunate, and they need to stop doing that in these like trailers. Just give us like one initial trailer. If they would have not mentioned certain things within the trailer, I think they would have been dope surprises. It does get weird at times with certain like CGI stuff, but there are still practical effects. And I'm just curious to see like how like the second movie is going to play out because I feel like the second movie is going to be more intense because this one was just kind of like very tamed. You could just tell that it was like the beginning of something, but it just didn't have that hook. Like when Halloween 2018 came out, like people were raving about it. It was like boom, came back and just came there with a banger. This one, I feel like they missed a lot of opportunities with, and that's why it's probably getting the reactions that it's getting. And it was always going to be an uphill battle for anything. If you put Exorcist on anything, like you're not going to be able to live up to that original, no matter what.
I'm saying, and that's what I'm saying. Like you said, the word tame. Like, dude, if you're coming back with The Exorcist, a franchise that is 98%, 99% miss, okay, that first one is considered by many the greatest horror movie of all time. Every sequel after that, you know, has been forgettable. Well, I heard the third one is actually very underrated, but I've never seen the third one. But like, dog, okay, if The Exorcist is a struggling franchise and you're trying to bring it back, don't give us a tame first movie out of a trilogy. No, bring us some fucking fire. You know what I'm saying? Give us something that we're gonna be craving. Okay, I can't wait to see that second one. Don't give us no fucking watered down Kool-Aid, nigga. You know?
Yeah, I wouldn't say like tamed. I mean, what I would mean by tamed is like similar to the first one where it takes a minute for it to get going.
Right.
But things are still happening as it's going.
Okay.
That's not really here where it's like they drag certain scenes out way too long. It's just like, man, y'all waited way too long to get to this possession shit. You kind of just feel that. But the girls that play the possessed, like that was pretty dope. I do like that there is actual stakes with the movie though. There is something that's what has me curious to see how the rest of this trilogy is going to play out. So it's not all bad. That's what I'm saying. Like I think a lot of people are very exaggerated when they're like say, "Oh, this is the worst of the dog shit," blah blah blah. I think people will like this. You know, there's a lot of things to like about this movie, but I could also just see certain gripes and certain things that are going to rub people the wrong way, and they might be already checked out and not really care. But I'm still looking forward to seeing what they do with Deceiver and stuff. And but that box office is looking spooky because like there was rarely anybody. Like I went to go see an IMAX screening, and there's barely like anybody there.
That's what I'm saying. Like if it don't do well financially, will they go ahead and green light these other sequels? You know what I'm saying? Or revert back to be like, and like, yeah, Tame, the first Exorcist has people vomiting in the theater, leaving, and you know what I'm saying, all praying, you know what I'm saying, right when it came out. So like with a series like that, with a name like that, you gotta come out swinging for the fences. You can't go in like a regular, you know what I'm saying, A to B Blumhouse movie. I'm saying, you know,
right.
And that's unfortunately what it feels like, kind of like just your run-of-the-mill possession movie. Even though there are some interesting just themes that they were going for, I just think the execution kind of missed the landing. But I appreciate them still having stakes in it. Like that's the one thing I was like, okay, at least have stakes in it. And I always had to keep in mind that like this is just the beginning of a trilogy. It's a weak start, but we'll see where it goes. It could ramp up, or it could just be a straight nosedive from here on out and stuff and whatnot. So
yeah, they gotta come with it, man. Because these exorcism movies come like a dime a dozen, man. So it's like you've seen them all, but then when you have a movie like When Evil Lurks, I know everybody gets that in a second, but When Evil Lurks, like I was shocked because it took the whole possession thing and put a whole new twist on it. Like, okay, I can fuck with this because this is not like the other, you know, cliche stuff that I've seen in possession movies. Like this actually brings something new, and I did not fall asleep not one time.
I went by I saw it by myself. Like nobody else was in that theater. I was like, I feel kind of like uncomfortable now, but I liked it because it's like I was yelling at that bitch. I was like, oh shit, oh fuck, my Jesus. I was just like, and there's some disgusting ass shit like this one character that's just like looks like Jabba the Hutt, but like a pus monster. Like he's like spitting up pus and this shit's shooting. I'm like, I was like, I'm so glad I didn't eat nothing, bro. Like that shit was nasty.
Definitely don't eat when you it's almost like watching The Whale but decayed. You know what I'm saying? I'll tell you some funny shit. Yo, there was a black couple in there that actually walked out, I think about 30 minutes into the movie, because I guess they didn't know that it was all in Spanish, right? And there was subtitles. So about 30 minutes in, I heard them walking out, right? And I heard the husband or the boyfriend, he was like, man, they're not even speaking no damn English, man. The whole thing is fucking Spanish. And got mad and walked out. And I'm like, bro, did you not see the damn, before
it tells you like there's like Spanish with English subtitles and shit like that. Like it lets you know. And that's unfortunate because say people that are so against subtitles and stuff, they're just like you're locking yourself out to some great content, especially within horror. Like this the guy that directed Evil Lurks, he directed the movie Terrified. Okay. If you've ever seen that. But that's another crazy ass movie. That has some really spooky ass scenes in it. So it's just unfortunate though.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely gonna check out some more foreign horror movies, man, because the foreign horror movies I've seen this year so far has been kicking America's ass, man. Like I don't know what the fuck's going on with the US of A with horror movies, man, but these foreign countries they got it down.
Yeah. Yep. Talk to Me.
And like Talk to Me was a good possession one. That was another unique spin on it. But like Evil Lurks, I love how just you feel the urgency. Like once this shit starts, and they figure out what the fuck's going on, it's just a fucking roller coaster from start to finish. And it's just like, this shit gets real. And I'm just like, man, I want them to make a sequel or something like that. Just do another like kind of group of people or something like that within this kind of universe.
I mean, if I could put my critic hat on, like the one thing, a couple of things I didn't too much care for, the characters. Okay, the main character by the end, I wanted him like I yelled at the screen. I said, "Yo, kill him!" I said, "Please die." I hated him. He was
very arrogant.
He did a few things in that movie where I'm like, bro, why are you still breathing? Like most of the shit that happened in here is because of you.
Yeah, and it's like there's specific rules you have to follow, and these rules are not even fair, bro. Because it's like you can't use lights,
electric light,
you can't use any type of electricity. You can't say the demon's name. You can't kill them.
with the gun.
I think animals are like the first signs of it.
Damn, I want to see this. I love when horror movies got a good mythology to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and like, and it's just, and those rules are just so crazy because if you don't know these rules, you're fucked, bro. Like, you're fucked.
Don't feed it after midnight. You know, keep it away from the bright light.
I thought about that. So yep, don't feed it after midnight. Don't get them wet. But yeah, you can't. Yeah, you can't kill them with a gun. You can't say their name. Damn, well, what's another one?
I don't even know the concept. So, like, whatever this is, sounds very intriguing.
Oh yeah,
and
also you can't do anything to somebody that's close to them or something like that. Like you can't.
They're closed. You can't take nothing from them or something like that.
Right.
Oh, I gotta see this. I'm hyped.
I was like, bro, how am I supposed to keep up with all these rules? I'm dead, bro. Like,
I'm dead,
it's
bro.
dope. And another thing I'll point out too, like I don't know. I guess with these horror movies, you have to have that character, but it's always that mystical, magical Negro type character. But in this case, mystical, magical Latina that knows all the mythologists, knows everything.
She was creepy.
She was creepy. Yeah. So it's like, so we have to have this Duke character, but okay, no offense to the Duke, but always have to have that type of character.
Yeah. This was a great weekend for the first week of October and all this different content. I still gotta watch Pet Sematary Bloodlines. I turn it on and then I got distracted. I go back to it.
Well, I heard from my boy Darnell Reject Heroes Media. He said, that movie was absolutely trash. I did not like it.
he said Exorcist was trash too. The original. I was like, hey man.
Whoa! It's not go that far.
He said, hey, buddy. Porn, yeah. I mean, but you know what? I get it. Like, this new generation. If you've never seen The Exorcist and you watch it for the first time, it is a real slow burn. Fortunately, I saw it back in the day, so back then it was still kind of fresh. But now I can understand how somebody will find it boring now. This new generation wouldn't get it.
Yeah, they slow. That's why they can't get it. But all jokes aside, that's perfect segue into the main topic and something I always wanted to kind of just think about, and I think it's an interesting discussion to have, is the $1 billion horror movie. What will be the first horror movie to hit $1 billion? It got close to the 2017 one at like 700 something, which I'm kind of fascinated by that. Like, was it the marketing or what was it that like had people I don't even know, because I know that first trailer was really dope. That I think the first trailer really hooked people, and I think it was just good marketing and stuff like that.
And the legacy of it from like when we was coming up watching it, we all watched that. It came on Channel 7. And it was like a 2-part series. It was like a big deal, you know what I'm saying? And the fascination with a evil clown, you know what I'm saying, like a mystical clown or alien, whatever the hell it is. I think that drew people in, and it was a big Warner Brothers push. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I think it made a lot of that money, and it was a really good horror movie on too by Machete as well. He directed the shit out of that movie. That is great. Probably one of the best remakes ever of horror. I put that up there for sure.
I agree. I think and word of mouth also, because back then a lot of people were showing it love, and people like us get on here and us talking heads be like, man, that 2017, man, that shit was hot. I mean, and I think word of mouth is one of the biggest ones.
And that poster is great too. I actually own the original poster, the 2-sided poster in here, because I love posters that tell stories. So it's just like Pennywise is in the dark. You can't see him. He's got his hand out with the balloon. You see Georgie in his raincoat there. It's like, that's kind of a little story that you want to see what's up with it. Yeah. So
very simplistic, not trying to like, it's not confusing. You get what it is.
So is that the highest grossing horror movie ever?
It's got be. Yeah.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. It's gotta be.
People will try to tell you that Doctor Strange is a horror movie. I don't know. No, absolutely not.
It's not a horror movie. It got a lot of good horror elements, but it's not a horror movie. It's a horror movie.
That's true. Like, that's what I'm talking about. Like, because we've already kind of gone through most of the legacy stuff. We just, even though we have gotten a Nightmare on Elm Street, I think if they marketed it right and they got the right people involved, you could have like an It situation where it just kind of blows the fuck up. But that's the last of like the legacy stuff that I think they could really blow up. it would have to kind of be something new because like a lot of the new horror movies are doing much better. Like Smile last year came out and did like over 200 million or some shit like that. So
yeah, Megan this year, out of nowhere, just made that quick 100 million off that little budget they had. Bam. Like,
yeah, and that was some really smart marketing for Megan. Like,
yeah. As soon as you see that dance, it was a wrap.
Right.
So, yeah, I want to see I want to see what's that about. I don't understand it. It's look crazy. I gotta see it. That's why people went to see that movie, that little dance. If they didn't have that dance in the marketing ploy, that movie wouldn't have made half as much money than it made. You know what I'm saying? Right. It might have made some. It'd have been profitable, not like 100 million plus. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I think it has to. I think whatever movie it has to be, I think it's gonna have to be original, and it's gonna have to. You got to either play some trickery where you kind of trick people into thinking that this is a horror movie, because a lot of people, I think, I don't know, just either trick somebody, not like deceive them completely, but just. You cut the trailer to make it seem like, oh man, this could be like the next boom, 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 and it's a whole fucking horror movie and shit. Once you actually watch it, and that's what kind of gets people talking in the word of mouth and stuff. Like with Terrifier 2, even though that was only made for like $250,000, which is fucking insane, and it made $10 million. That shit feels like $1 billion. Like, I feel like that.
Yeah, they get all of that. You know what I'm saying? The Terrifier guys help producing the movie I'm in now. They say they keep all, mostly all that money. You know what I'm saying? They're independent.
Yeah,
Warner
Brothers no
payday. Piece of that. Yeah. $10 million, like $1 billion.
Yeah. And the beauty of it, they can do whatever the fuck they want to do. So like when they do Terrifier 3, they already got that fuck you money. So look, I can do whatever. I ain't got to worry about no studio heads come and say, hey, we got to cut out this or cut out, cut the TV out or all that shit. You know what I'm saying? We have to take that tab out. Nah, do whatever you want.
Yeah, speaking of Terrifier 2, they are getting a re-release, but they're also putting out the Terrifier 3 teaser at the end of it, and they're gonna give out posters to for the first 100 people or whatever at each theater or something like that. Or I don't know if it's every theater, but whoever gets their tickets early. I definitely got my tickets. I spent my little rewards on that shit because I was like, I paid $16 for it because I already own it, but I wanted for the teaser and the poster.
Yeah. No doubt.
They better not never go to a major label. They better stay independent. For
real. Yeah, because I can only imagine what they could pull off with because the next one's going Terrifier 3 is going to be $1 million budget. I can only imagine what they could do with that.
Yeah, it's going to be because they can do that what they have. It's crazy.
Just don't sell out. Look, I don't know if we'll ever get $1 billion grossing horror movie, but if it does happen, it's gonna be light horror. It's gonna be like pop or camp or you know what I'm saying? It's gonna have this, well, not even PG-13. It could be R, but it's gonna be something really light, where almost like Lost Boyish, where you can like the whole family can watch it. It's violent, but not too violent. You know what I'm saying? Like the best horror will never go mainstream like that because it's too terrifying to a lot of people. That's why horror has a cult following, because not everybody can stomach the gore and the fuckery that these movies
and the
bring. And the nightmares. Bro, let me tell you something. I'm still editing my my reaction to Night of the Demons, right? And listen, I don't know if it's still some childhood trauma because that VHS cover always scared me. But when I say that movie fucked with me all day, and I cheated, I watched it in the daytime. I ain't watching it at night. I went out like a pussy, and it's still stuck with me. And even
you're not gonna catch me.
You know what I'm saying, bro?
I
can't even edit the shit at night. I have to wait till tomorrow morning to finish editing the shit. That's how it goes. Yo, and Angela was a scary bitch. So I'm just saying.
This is very good makeup on Angela. She had that scary breath that came out her mouth, too, with those teeth.
Oh, even the voice, bro. The voice gave me chills, man. You know what I mean? So, yeah, anything truly terrifying and frightening will never cross $1 billion because not everybody's going to be able to handle that shit.
I think, I don't know. I feel like you just need that right one. That's just gonna that's unexpected, not that expensive. You don't need to go crazy with the budget. If the marketing is done well, and it gets just even people that aren't fans of horror like that into the theater, it's very possible. I think it's going to happen eventually at one point, but not anytime soon. And like, even though horror is in a good spot right now, it's just, there's still a lot of competition. That's another thing too. Like, it would have to have like kind of like a month or so by itself, not that much competition, or stand out so much that it's just like it's a must see type of movie where it has like that like early MCU type of hype to it, where it's just like, oh man, we got the word of mouth is like, yo, you gotta see this. This is like, but the problem is that every horror movie is going to get overhyped. That's just like, especially on the internet, where people's like, "Oh, I thought this was supposed to be the scariest movie ever." They're always going to use that as a sales pitch or something like that. They did with the Blair Witch. They do it with
Yeah. That's what I think you said with Top Gun. I think I gave a glowing review of it. When I came out, I felt the shit. Did you see it? Like, yeah, it was all right.
Yeah, it was pretty. Top Gun was mid. That was good mid, but
yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, even with and it's always compared to The Exorcist. Like every like big time horror movie that comes out, it says, "Oh, the scariest movie since The Exorcist." And listen, and don't get me wrong, I love The Exorcist. I definitely would put it up there with one of the top horror movies of all time. But I honestly can name 10 movies that scared me more than The Exorcist. But at the same time, very well directed, shot. I will never forget it. You know what I'm saying? It did kind of traumatize me as a shorty, but I can name 10 movies that scared me more than The Exorcist, but it'll never but they'll never get the recognition of The Exorcist because I guess of how popular it was at the time.
Yeah, and that's what I look for when I look at The Exorcist, is the way that it's shot. Like, it's one of the best, well-made like horror movies. That's just like, it's not, it's cheap, but it's like, it's effective.
Yeah,
the practical effects and stuff, where a lot of people take that shit for granted now, especially with a lot of current horror movies that always have to kind of use some type of CGI and stuff like that, which is a given if you're trying to do some type of creature thing and, budget money and all that stuff, and, you cut corners. But, for a $1 billion horror movie, I just think whoever makes that, man, you're going to go down as a legend forever. Like, that's going to just be a one and done type. Even if you get to like 900 million, I think that's even crazier.
Yeah. It can happen. Yeah, it can happen. The thing is, most horror movies are made for cheap, and I think it too had legs. It stayed in the theater for a long time because of word of mouth as well. So
when did that come out? September? Like, it was in September?
I believe so. Yeah, 2017.
Yeah. Yeah, so that had a pretty good run, and that's another thing. Like you mentioned, like, people don't like studios don't even keep movies in that long in theaters any longer now. Depending on how well it does. If it does really well, they're going to keep it in, like Oppenheimer or Barbie or something like that.
Especially
Equalizer's on streaming right now. It was literally at the theater a week or so ago.
Yeah, like a few weeks ago. It's already on streaming.
Strays.
God damn.
Strays with Will Ferrell, dog, Jamie Foxx. That's on Peacock right now.
That's on Peacock. Oh shoot.
Yeah. So
they don't waste no time.
What would the subgenre of horror would it be? Would it have to be a slasher that would make $1 billion?
Nah,
I don't know. People are scared of that type of stuff.
Nah, slashes don't get the respect that they deserve, man. It's gonna be something like a Hereditary type movie or a
Vampire,
something A24, something out of A24.
Yeah, something like that. Slashes are considered like beneath, beneath the average movie. Like slashes that's like schlock, man. I don't want to watch that shit.
I do think fear plays a big part in this. Why I won't make $1 billion too, because people are scared of those type things. People won't have nothing to do, even if not demon possession, slash, or anything horror. You know what I'm saying? Some people just don't put that in their psyche and put that in their being. So.
I mean, it's especially in the Black community. Let's be real, in the Black community, how many times heard, "Child, what's that about? Oh, I don't do that devil stuff. I don't know all that possession and all that seance. I don't do that, child. I go to church.
I'll put that in my soul.
No, I'll put that over that. Them spirits.
But people would love watching Power and stuff. Like, that's it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? You got a bunch of serial killers and that shit. Like,
Yeah, they literally serial killers.
Yeah, I mean, my child's mother's like that. I told her I was gonna watch When Evil Lurks. She's like, "What's that about?" I said, "It's like a possession movie." Ooh, I don't want that in my spirit. I ain't watching that. I don't want that in my spirit.
That stuff is real.
Yeah, it's real. Yeah,
that stuff is real, child.
Yeah, black folks better pray. I'm gonna go see that Tyler Perry movie. I ain't going to see that.
That's the real horror. No,
maybe you take like the Blair Witch approach, which I feel like that's kind of hard to do, to kind of trick people into thinking that it's real. And that's what I kind of like about what John Carpenter's doing with this new series with Suburban Screams, where like they're all like actual stories, but they're like kind of reenactments and stuff, so it looks like a real like kind of documentary type of thing and stuff like that. And maybe you could go that route and do some type of documentary. I also thought of like, to get away from the box office real quick, like on streamers, I always thought it'd be dope to have like an interactive slasher movie.
It's funny you say that. I think the new Silent Hill game is doing that. Like the audience kind of decides which way the character goes and who lives and who dies, but it's not just like, it's like everybody. So everybody tunes in at this certain time and they watch the show. Then they pick, what they want the character to do. So I think that
would be dope.
Consensus, drives the story forward, and it lasts over like 6 months or so.
That would be a really dope concept if they did that like as a TV show or even a movie. Because like I look at like that Black Mirror Bandersnatch or whatever. Like I was like, man, we need to get more interactive movies, because like it'd be cool if you start in a movie, you can start out as a victim or the killer, and you can make the choices who you want to kill and how the story plays out, or you be a victim and you could be a good person or try to help people, or you could be a very shiesty, selfish type of person and use people as shields like that. But I just don't even know how they make those like interactive
that'd be dope.
movies.
That'd be super dope. I'll super play that.
If they could somehow do that in a theater, like if you could, but that's difficult as well too, because everybody will have a different experience. But that'd be really cool though.
But that'll definitely be a good gimmick where that could potentially create $1 billion movie, because that's something that's never been done before. You know what I'm saying? So so again, a gimmick like that might just work.
Put an interactive slasher movie or horror movie in like 4DX or something like that, so you get that full experience.
Right.
That could do it. I mean, then everybody want to try it. Everybody want to do it. You know what I'm saying? If it's super dope.
And literally everybody could get like their own experience.
Yeah, and they'd be talking about on social media, my ending had this, I was the victim or I was the killer and I killed, the conversations, what I'm saying, can get sparked. So I think that's a fantastic idea, bro.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Someone's gonna take it. I already know. It's too late. So someone's gonna take it.
But let me ask you though. Let me ask both of y'all. So with a $1 billion grossing horror movie, right, which would be a huge victory for the genre, for the fans and stuff. But the ramifications of that is now, okay, the studio heads want to start putting more money in these movies. They want to start making it like the next MCU, the Harry Potter type level shit. But to me, I feel like when you put a lot of money behind a horror movie, it takes away that rawness that makes a true horror movie. I feel like the big budget horror movies don't do shit.
I mean, I think there's something to that though, where you take because I've always wanted that with like, I feel like a lot of horror fans would always want that, like a shared universe between like a Mike Myers, Jason, Freddy, Chucky, all the slashers, all the creatures we ever knew existed in the actual world. And maybe you could do that and kind of explore the ideas of just like take risks and put all this money behind a big budget horror movie to make it feel like the Lord of the Rings of like horror movies, where it has this whole kind of universe going on for it or something like that. Like, I think that could actually.
But do you think that takes away from the essence of it though? I mean, like I know I'm always comparing wrestling to this shit, but like take how, in the early days of wrestling, Q, you can attest to this, like the early days of the NWA, the WWF, back when they were the territories, it was more raw and gritty and bloody, and violent. And then it's when Vince McMahon took it over and made it a global conglomerate. You know what I'm saying? It became mainstream. It became more colorful. It became for kids. And you look at wrestling now compared to when we watched it. It's like back then it was more, you know, I don't know. You related to it more back then because you believed it. Now it's more of a circus. And I feel like with the horror genre, that could possibly happen where if one of these movies finds a lot of success, it's going to start a chain of events where you're going to get these, you know, MCU cookie cutter, run of the mill, you know what I'm saying, assembly line, put out as much horror as possible, exploitation almost, shoot out as much horror as possible, no time for creativity or nothing. Just put out as much as you can, try to make as much money as you can, and then it waters down the product. That's pretty much what I'm saying.
For the most part,
water it down.
For the most part, they're kind of already doing that, depending on like your taste and how you feel about how they're handling these legacy movies.
Right.
Because a lot of people don't like what they're doing with Scream. A lot of people don't like what they're doing with Halloween. And, you know what I'm saying? That was really mixed for some people, but some people really loved it and stuff. But, you know, sometimes you got to take risks. And, you know, it's going to be inevitable, I think, with horror. Because it's always going to be around. So it can only get bigger.
Right.
You know, it's not going to ever go away or just like dwindle or anything like that because, you know, it's gone through so many different phases. If you look back at like the 1920s all the way up to like the monster universe, and then you know we get these big ass like we got the Godzilla movies, and you know, and then like we get serial killer like movies that are based off of serial killers, and then we get the slashers and. You know what I'm saying? So it's always going to be something new to come out of something. And even look at Terrifier, like creating a whole new subgenre now, like the mega slasher. And, you know, so.
Right.
Yeah, it always reinvents
itself. I definitely get this. I definitely understand where you're coming from, though, Rashad, that like they're going to start to say, like, oh, we got to put 200 million. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's going to be necessary, but I wouldn't be against it if they were just like, all right, we're going to make like the most expensive horror movie, and it's going to be like some Lord of the Rings shit, where it's just going to be a whole like Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones type of horror world, where it's just got all this deep lore and stuff like that, and you know we're going to really go for it, and maybe that's what they would need, but.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, because bro, like, I mean, I'm gonna bring this movie up again because, like I say, like I have to finish editing it. But it's funny how a movie from 1988 that I have no connection to. I told you this. I have no connection to this movie. I've never seen it up until now. How is it that this movie from 1988 stayed in my head all day and fucked with me more than any horror movie I've seen this year? Now I've seen some good ones. I've seen some good ones now where I'm like, okay, that was dope, but nothing that fucked with me. Like Night of the Demons fucked with me.
yeah, it's crazy. You probably that titty scene probably fucked with you, huh?
When she stuck the lipstick in the titty, So bro, so you know what?
I love that part.
Yo, no matter what people say about the 80s, bro, yes, the acting is bad, it's cheesy as shit, but god damn it, they were creative, man. Yeah. And even with the practical effects, man, the creativity that went into those effects. You know what I'm saying? When you didn't have the luxury of CG, which, I mean, CG is necessary as a tool, but not as a crutch. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I say. Yeah, I'm a
crutch.
CG artist, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then everybody talk about the CG. Well, they put the CG, like, hey, that's what I make my money, son.
When did people...
That's what the fuck I do. Watch your mouth.
Yeah, and it might not have been enough time, you know? Because people, that's what CG artists like, we need Avatar. You can work on Avatar, but we need it done by tomorrow. Like, I can't do that. You know what I'm saying?
But it's so weird that like all of a sudden people care about CG when like we've had, and I guess because it's like the times are a little bit different now, but you know it depends on who's working on it. You know, you can make really dope CG that makes it look real. And like it's like you said, Q. It takes time though to make it look like that.
Yeah.
You know,
like everybody was all bent out of shape because 1917 that World War I movie won best CG over Infinity War, but it's like because in 1917 you don't know you think it's all real, but you know what I'm saying like 70% of this shit is fake. You know what I'm saying? So that's the stuff you don't see sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So
I mean, if I mean, if anything, they should have created a new category for CG character that Thanos would have won easily. But yeah, I agree, Q. 1917.
Caesar's pretty good though from Planet of the Apes.
Oh, what? Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah, I got them like they very, very close. Yeah.
Yeah, but 1917, like, you know, if you didn't tell me, I would have known it was CG. That like that.
Yeah,
That's how dope. That's how good it was.
Yeah, all the background stuff, the fire was fake. All that stuff was fake. So that's why they won the Oscar over an Infinity War. Like sometimes you don't think, because like in Jaws, you didn't even see the damn shark. He got to get creative in his bag to kind of scare people without showing them anything. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you said, it's a crutch. It's a tool, not a crutch. That's absolutely true. Because like in a lot of these movies, you see the digital blood splattered off, like your mind already says that's fake, and I can't rock with that.
Yeah, I hate digital blood. I hate digital blood. It's just like, bro, it looks dumb. It looks so dumb.
Yeah. Like, bro, if you look at the behind the scenes of like Elm Street 3 and 4, and like the stuff that they did to create those effects is like mind blowing. Like, dude, like, who comes up with this shit? But like I said, we don't have that. Yeah, we don't have the CG. You have no choice. But that's why a lot of those practical effects work to this day, because they did shit that nobody else did, and it created an effect that aged. That aged good over the years. Yeah, shout out to the 80s, man. Bad acting, whatever. Showed a lot of titties, so what? But they gave us some creative shit.
Facts.
Yeah. So going back to the $1 billion horror movie. Let's take a legacy horror movie, right? Let's take Nightmare on Elm Street, because eventually we're going to see another Nightmare on Elm Street movie.
Oh, for sure.
Who do you get to direct this movie? I'd probably go with like. I kind of would want to see Sam Raimi.
Ooh, Mr. Evil Dead himself.
Yeah, or honestly, I'd go with either Sam. And a lot of people are probably gonna be like, "No, wait, probably like I'd give Jordan Peele a shot, because I feel like he could do some interesting things there, visually, as far as how the dream world would look like and stuff like that. That's what I'm thinking about. Del Toro would be interesting.
He'd be a front runner for sure.
Because I would like to just see his take on like Freddy's design and stuff like that, like a new Freddy design.
I think I'm gonna have a wild card director in this fight here, but I think it'll work like a motherfucker. I'm just gonna say it. Ari Aster, who directed.
I just said don't say Ari Aster. God damn it, you said.
Yeah, you know what? That he would actually be perfect, because if you look at like Beau is Afraid.
Yeah,
and I was like, yo, what he could possibly do with like how the dream world would look and stuff, like, yo, that shit.
Yeah. Give me Ari.
He could make a dope. He could do a dope boiler room and stuff like that, like make it a little bit more, a little artsy.
Yeah, and he's really good at pain too. Like, remember, I guess in the first Hereditary, of course, when their daughter's head got cut off, and you hear those screams from what's her name? I forget her name right now. She's like, oh my god, that hurt. The same thing in Midsommar too. It's like, oh, he's really good at just honing in on these special little moments, and he's great with the camera and colors. And like Beau is Afraid, the anxiety, like, geez, that first half of Beau is Afraid is. It would give you a heart attack, bro. You're gonna have to smoke some weed or some shit to calm down, because it's fucking stressful, bro. It's like the stressful shit I ever seen.
The addict shit, that shit took me out. That shit took me out. I was like, bro, what was the point of this? That's why I said, like, yo, he could do that. He could. But all right, Ari Aster is directing. Who's playing Freddy? I would say Bill Skarsgård, considering he's already kind of played multiple villains, clowns, and all that stuff. Like, either him or there's this one guy, I forget his name.
How do you recast Robert Englund? Shit.
Because you had to get somebody tall and lanky or something like that, or just like almost like.
At one point, I think Robert Englund said he wanted Kevin Bacon to play, but Kevin Bacon's a little too old now to play Freddy, I think.
Mm-hmm.
You think Benedict Cumberbatch could play Freddy?
Nah.
He has to.
He's too cool. Yeah, to play Freddy, you have to have like a like a berserkness about you. Like you have to have like a calm berserkness about you.
Yeah, who plays Freddy?
Yeah,
that's a great question.
I would like Bill. I like Bill Skarsgård, or even probably Alex.
Yeah, I like Skarsgård too. I just can't think of no one else. I'm thinking in my head like, nah, I ain't even do it.
Like who could play? Who could play?
Oh, you know, fucking, because I was watching, thinking of Cobweb, Homelander, the dude that plays Homelander and stuff.
Yeah. What's his name? Tony Starr.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, that'd be dope. You know,
John Bernthal, but he's a little too short.
I think I think you nailed it around the head. Yeah, I think Anthony Starr would be a perfect Freddy because he has that bewildered look. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like he looks like he just like any moment he can like just pop off.
Mm-hmm. And he got the nose
and maniacal with it too. Yeah. Yep.
He got that beak, son. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
So, now, okay, we got Ari Aster directing. Mm-hmm. Who we say we play? Who's playing?
Bill Skarsgård, either war. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, either Anthony Starr or Bill Skarsgård as Freddy.
Right.
Those are going to be our the casting. Who's going to be our Nancy?
Nancy.
What you call him? Jenna Ortega.
That's I was thinking the same thing.
Was she the one prepped in my mind? Yeah,
Jenny Ortega.
Millie Bobby Brown.
Nah.
Yeah, she's a little too funny looking.
Too funny looking.
For real. So something about her. I don't know what it is. She's a decent looking girl. There was just something about her, like I don't know.
Like who has that '80s look to them?
Yeah,
but it's still young. Like
hey, Peyton List.
Oh, you know what? I would say I don't know if you know her. Haley Steinfeld.
Who is she?
Steinfeld. I know her.
She was in Hawkeye. She was in.
Yeah, she's pretty good. Yeah, she's pretty good.
Hey, I would say Peyton List, man. Tori from Cobra Kai. I think she could pull it off.
Yeah. Or even Sam LaRusso herself. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Mm-hmm.
She actually does look like a young Nancy though.
Physically I can see it.
Like you kind of give her that same kind of aesthetic, like her poofy hair, the '80s poofy hair, something like that. Like if you do that, maybe.
And
make Nancy black. So
we're just gonna put a question mark for Nancy for right now.
For some reason I can see Tom Hardy playing the Pops.
The Pops.
Yeah,
the cop. That's perfect. That's perfect. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Or I would go with just I'd go with Mia Goth just as just to kind of get that draw, like
Nancy.
Yeah,
I guess she's young enough. She looks about 30. She looks about late 20s though.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Mia Goth, I probably would put like as Kristen or something like that. They did like Dream Warriors.
What's old girl's name from what was that? What was the Last Night in Soho?
Oh, I know you're talking about that girl. So good.
I've never seen that.
I feel like I would pick her. I'd pick her as Nancy.
Okay.
I gotta see what was that girl name now. It's gonna drive me insane. That's a good Nancy.
And then, of course, you have to get a big star to play Tina, because remember Tina, they did the whole that's how Scream came up with the Drew Barrymore character, because Tina was supposed to be the main character. Everybody thought she was going to be the main girl.
I got the perfect casting.
Anna Taylor-Joy, that's her name. Anna Taylor-Joy, that was in the menu as well with the wide eyes.
No, not her. The other girl, something McKenna. So McKenna something. It's like the other girl.
Thompson McKenna. Yeah,
her. I'll get her as Nancy McKenzie. Yeah, I get her. Tina. Y'all gonna probably laugh at me, but I feel like this would make sense. I think this would make sense, and it probably piss some people off, but also it will have. I think people will be happy with it too at the same time. Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift.
Shit, why not? Why not?
To see her getting torn apart and just lift it up.
I think she played a little dirty role too, because they have sex,
Yeah.
over there. So I like to see that. I like to see that from her. I was thinking of. Yeah. I was thinking of Sexy Red could do it too. Like they put Cat Sexy Red as Tina.
That'd be crazy. Sadie Sink would be actually really good. Oh, Margot Robbie as Tina.
She old though. She and her. She not. She.
It was all old. It was old back then when he was like when he was playing in the original show.
Yeah, the original.
But they were still in their 20s. Or like Heather Langenkamp was only 20. Yeah, she was like 20 when she did when she played Nancy first.
But Sadie Sink, I like that because make Nancy a redhead.
Yeah.
I can do it.
Yeah.
Sadie Six, a nice one. Sadie Six.
Emma Roberts.
She a little old too now. Well, yeah.
Yeah. Now with the
too British.
Now with the director y'all picked, I don't know, cause see with Elm Street, you have to keep it simple, man. Like I feel like that motherfucker will take it, like just go out there with it.
It'll be an acid trip.
It'll be like The Cell, you know. So if you remember that Vincent D'Onofrio movie, The Cell, that came out like long time, he'll make it like on some shit like that. Like, no, this is Elm Street, nigga. Don't make The Cell.
I don't think so. I think he can do it. I don't think he'll make it too artsy because his last movie is super artsy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But Midsommar and Hereditary kind of straightforward, though. You know what I'm saying? It's not real.
I like the idea of Ari Aster just because of what he could do when we go into Freddy's world.
Right.
And if they they can also like honestly don't even do the original like do more of like a Dream Warriors type movie.
Florence Pugh popped in my mind too. Is either Tina.
Oh,
yeah. Her sexy ass, yeah.
Yep.
She's a big and her and Ari Aster work together, so I can see that.
Oh yeah, that'd be dope. Yeah, I would go the Dream Warriors route, like do like a retelling of that, like really explore that, and it'd be almost like just a superhero meets slashers and stuff like that. That'd be, what I'm saying, they could capitalize on that.
Yeah, because that's what it was. Dream Warriors was the superhero of horror movies, so slashers. That's it.
Yeah. You had the freaking wizard, this very strong black guy.
It's a comic book, you know what I'm saying? But it's cool because it's a dream, so we go with it. You know what I'm saying? I like it. This is it's very creative and fun.
Right.
Give Freddy, get rid of the sweater, and give Freddy like a cloak with it like a hat. Make him look like Baba Legbug or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like with a perfect. That'd be dope.
You gotta have that's the signature, man. The sweater, the red and green sweater, man, with the glove.
Yeah. He can have that, but I'm saying he'll have like a cloak, like some type of like cloak or so, like so he has kind of like a like his hat's a lot longer and stuff, extended a little bit, like sort of like the Creeper a little bit, where you can kind of like. I was
gonna say kind of like what they did with him in New Nightmare, where they gave him a trench coat and shit, something like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. Like, look at the Joker and kind of take like either Mark Hamill's Joker or Jack Nicholson Joker, where he had the hat and everything, but like imagine that just with a burnt victim face. Like he's got a little bit of a longer hat and stuff like that, and just to kind of give him a little bit more of a creepy aesthetic and something like that.
Oh yeah, and then give him the Elm Street 2 look. You know what I'm saying? Because I think we talk about this all the time. How
we always talking about that's the best makeup.
That was the best makeup
in the whole series. Yeah, I was just talking about this to somebody else. 2 was the best makeup in the entire. He looked legitimately like a burnt hot dog. You know what I'm saying? He looked like a burnt victim. It was so good. I had a big poster on my bed of that.
They said the concept of it, they wanted to make him look like a witch. That's why they gave him the extra length on his nose. They wanted to make him look more like a witch.
Yeah, he was really scary on that one.
That's what I'm thinking about. Like his New Nightmare look. I always like that look of Freddy too. Like his New Nightmare. He got the trench coat and stuff, and
long as it ain't Freddy's dead though, that makeup is the dog. That shit is so ass, bro. Like somebody said, my boy said, it looked like a piece of stepped on bubble gum. I think it's like silly putty when you put it in a newspaper and shit. He just looked terrible. Like y'all didn't spend y'all didn't do nothing and shit. Son, he don't even look like he got indications in the burns and shit, bro. Like y'all just sprayed this shit on. Like I got the mask over here.
like just when you think you couldn't get worse, because like even in five, the makeup was kind of sus, but then I'm like, okay, they can't make it no worse than this, and then Freddy's Dead came in. I'm like,
yeah, you're like, ooh,
what did y'all?
It looked like a cartoon, Freddy. It was already a cartoonish movie.
Yeah, he was Coyote. Yeah, he was Wile E. Coyote.
Yeah,
I said I was, because that's my favorite slash. I said, what the fuck did y'all do to my boy, man?
Yeah. You messed because my boy.
Yeah, they messed with my boy. For real, I was hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was fucked up for a while about that.
Worse too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you got Artina and Nancy and Freddie and the director.
Has Freddie, I don't think they ever went the cult route. I think making like a cult around Freddie would be interesting.
It's my children, the souls of the
something
children,
like that.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Like a cult.
Like he has his own like four horsemen. He has his own like four horsemen of the apocalypse, and like they're his because you can actually make Freddy, instead of like an actual person, you can make him an actual demon or some shit like that.
An entity. You know, you kind of got me thinking about what we just saw today. What was that? What's the name of it? When Evil Lurks.
With a roll.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Where Evil Lurks.
Yep. Yeah. Because your boy kind of had like a cult. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The children. Yeah.
I can't wait to check that one out, bro.
It's dope. It's dope.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I think that's good enough, but reach that hour mark. Cool. Good discussion, good talk. Got a bunch of stuff coming this week on my channel. We're gonna go see X again because they're gonna release that in theaters. Was it Wednesday?
Yeah, we know Rashad not gonna see that.
I'm gonna watch it again. I'm just not gonna go to the cinema, but I'm gonna watch it again so I can, give it a second chance.
And get Barbarian a shot. You gotta give it a shot.
Nah.
Barbarian's fire.
Nah.
Yeah. You gotta give it a shot.
I'd rather eat cat shit with a knit needle than to watch fucking.
Damn, it's not that bad, bro. It's not. Like now we're talking like VHS 99. I was like, oh, okay. But I was like, Barbarian.
All right, I'll give it that. Yeah, it's not as bad as VHS 99, but man, I walked out. I said, man, what the fuck did I just watch? That shit
be like that sometimes. But yeah, we got a bunch of stuff. We got a bunch of stuff coming this week. Disney is dropping Goosebumps, and I have no faith in the mouse to get that right. But I'm gonna definitely check it out.
What else we got coming?
Mike Flanagan's series, the
House of Usher. Did that come out?
Yeah, the house that comes out on Thursday.
Hell yeah! I love Mike.
The John Carpenter series comes out also on the 13th. There's this one anime that I want to check out that's coming out the same day as the House of Usher or whatever the fuck. I seen something else that's dropping on Hulu that's like a documentary series. Monster Inside.
Yeah, I heard about that one. And Apple got one about the Eddie Lorraine Warren, but I don't think it come out next week. It's sometime in October. About
I think Netflix got that one. It's called like something.
No, it's two. Yeah, it's two. It's one. Netflix got one, and Apple got one too.
Yeah, I'm watching both
about
of them.
The one about the trial, like from The Conjuring 3, how they had to go to court and shit about a demon and shit. So I think that one's about that one and the Possessed Boy. And then I think the one on Netflix about whatever Malik, is that the name of the demon, right?
I think so.
Yep, it's gonna be about that. So I'll check both of them out too.
Yeah, I'm definitely. And I forget what the Monster Inside is about. I'm drawing a blank on it, even though I just looked at the motherfucking shit today.
Yeah,
but that looks pretty cool. Just the poster looks really dope and promising. Got a lot of interesting horror stuff to still kind of get to this week, and then Perptober continues. Q, what you got going on?
Oh man, I'm after this week. I hope I can be done with this project and get back to my our October stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like make some actual content.
Yeah,
because I've been so damn busy. I apologize. Other than that, catching up on these horror movies. I still got Saw, Exorcist to check out, and all the streaming stuff. I still didn't see the Alien one that came out about 2 weeks ago. I haven't seen that
Oh,
one.
no
Yet.
no one will save you. Yeah, that was a good one too.
Oh yeah, I still gotta watch that too. Yeah, I still gotta watch that too.
Yeah, once you got a free day, you just just binge watch all day.
Yeah, binge watch all day, pizza rolls and stuff, and then we got Five Nights at Freddy coming up, Creep Show's coming up.
Nice.
So it's gonna be a lot of especially streaming horror content to watch. Yeah, I just bought Talk to Me. I'm gonna force the wife to watch that because she like that. She's like, oh, I almost own my soul. And this movie's literally about you touching it, going to your soul. So I'm trying to.
You got the 4K or is it just the regular Blu-ray?
Oh, I got the 4K. Yep. And I was thinking, like, why you give me the 4K and the Blu-ray with the exact same shit on it? If I got the 4K, why do I need the Blu-ray?
Just give you more stuff. Just to make up for.
I need this. Yeah.
Makes up for the lack of other stuff that they don't put in the box.
Facts. Yeah. Just give me the 4K special features. I'm cool. I don't even need this code. I usually just give it away to somebody. Like, I gave a lot to Rashad and what I'm saying, other people, whoever want it. So
well, look, record Layla's
Appreciate
reaction.
That, Wildfire.
Yo, record Layla's reation to that, bro. That'll be some good content right there.
Oh yeah. I might do that. I might hidden camera it, bro. Because she had never seen Alien before, and I didn't tell her the first Alien. She what's going on?
Whoa, okay.
And then she had that thing Hereditary too, with her head come on. Like,
no, you gotta catch that stuff, man. You gotta catch that.
Yeah, I love it. She'll like stuff like that. It terrifies us. But yeah, that's all I got going on, chilling. And I don't know if I guess I asked you, gonna ask you after the show, but I asked you right quick. You don't drink, do you, Perp, or do you?
I'm a smoker, midnight toker.
Oh, okay, midnight toker. Yeah, I was talking to Rashad about this. We're gonna do like the drink champs of, but we'll do it with horror. Like we'll ask you this or that. And then you pick or both. You know what I'm saying? Kind of talk about horror too. So
I'm probably join in with that.
Yeah. I'm doing a couple.
Smoking and drinking go hand in hand, man. It's like peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah.
So, all right. Rashad, what you got going?
Well, I started my little journey into movie reactions. So I posted me and my son reacting to the original Ninja Turtles movie.
I love it.
All right, I appreciate that. And tomorrow I'm gonna be posting Night of the Demons, my reaction to that. That's gonna be an interesting one. And so the next one I'm gonna be reacting to is Popcorn from 1991. Never seen it. Yeah, never seen it, but I was too chicken shit to watch it. But damn it, this is Facing My Fear October, man. So I'm gonna face my fear and watch the shit that I've been scared to watch.
I want you to watch Demons too. That one I sent you. That shit is fucking nuts.
You gotta watch the Sadness too. I want test your might with that one too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Q. Yeah, you tried to put me on that last year, right? I think you tried to put me on.
Yeah. Demons. You think Night of Demons is scary? Watch Demons.
Demons. Oh shit.
Demons 1 and 2 is great because I did a whole little segment, whatever, with both of those movies. The story of Hank and the story of Tony. Like you can check that on TikTok and shit. I'll send it to y'all and shit when because that's the funniest thing I ever seen in a horror movie is the black dude that plays both Hank and Tony. They're completely two different characters, but he's in two different movies.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say that for last because I have to build up the testicular fortitude to check that out.
Fortitude. I got that TI vocabulary,
yeah.
sir.
It's a word I made up, nigga. This shit don't even exist.
I heard it before.
Oh, actually, no. I got that actually from Mick Foley from Mankind. He actually, I heard him say that on wrestling one time, and I've been using it ever since. But no, I will not watch Demons tonight because it's too damn late. I'm gonna have to watch that in the daytime. All right.
No, it's a feel good movie. It's a feel good comedy. Go ahead, check it out.
Fuck
that shit is fucking hilarious though. It's that shit is Demons? Pure comedy. Pure comedy.
Kind of over the top and silly, but it got some disturbing stuff in it. It was like, oh, like I know it'd be disturbing for Rashad because I know what kind of shit that kind of scares him a little bit.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
I'm like, watch that, yeah. Because
I like Demons 2 more, but
stuff BT, and then I will in the middle video I edit the Exorcist face. You know that big white face.
Does it every time, and I'm like, Q, you ain't shit. But other than that, so like I said, Night of the Demons tomorrow. Then also I'm finishing up my Elm Street series with Darnell. So
I've seen that.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be doing New Nightmare and Freddy versus Jason with him. And yeah, and I'm also completing my Black Horror series because I was covering a lot of Black Horror movies last year. So this year I'm gonna end it off with Vampire in Brooklyn and Death by Temptation, a movie that nobody really talks about.
Yeah. I just posted up the opening scene to Death by Temptation. I was like, yo, this is the funniest opening to a horror movie. Like that shit went crazy. That shit went crazy viral.
Word. Yeah. So that's other than that's pretty much it.
Okay. But yeah, I appreciate everybody that tapped in. You know what I'm saying? RC Scott, Samuel Stokes, K Dot was in here, Chief Wildfire, seeing some new names in here. Yeah, definitely come back. Chillmonger's up in here. I see him. He popped up for a little bit. But yeah, definitely tune in next Saturday at the same time, 10 p.m. Eastern. You know what I'm saying? We got 3 episodes left, and that's gonna be it for the season. But this was a fun discussion. If you are checking out the replay, make sure you're sharing this out. Hit that like button because that means a lot to me, and that lets me know that you want to see a season 2 and beyond. But until next time, I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.
Word.